Mentor, and today's Rockin' Selection is appropriately named Not Fade Away. This is a great Buddy Holly tune that was written and recorded in New Mexico, along with the Crickets, on the same day that Every Day was recorded. Well, it's appropriately named because the song literally hasn't faded away. It's one of those songs that's been covered by almost everyone in the business. The Beatles did a live version of it. The Rolling Stones had a great version of it. It was one of their first hit singles. And even Rush, pre-Neil Peart days, had a hit single with Not Fade Away. It literally hasn't. Here's the Bo Diddley influenced Not Fade Away. All right, just about everybody's covered this song, and there have been some great covers. Jack White, of course, the Rolling Stones, who introduced still almost every concert with this song, and that great Brian Jones harmonica work in this song that the Stones, when they covered it in the mid-'60s. I just saw a great version, if you haven't seen it, Stevie Nicks at the Buddy Holly tribute concert, surrounded by great backup singers and very faithful to the original Buddy Holly rhythms. And that's what we're going to focus on today, those original rhythms. Very specific, Bo Diddley feel, but very specific the way Buddy Holly chose to rhythm that song. So that's what we're going to learn. There are 3 chords and only 3 chords. Open E, open A, and open D. However, we are going to, when we get into the riffing and the solo part, play those same 3 chords in different positions on the neck. For example, we're going to play the E chord there as a little bar A at the 9th fret. And then when we add these 2 notes, our second finger to the 2nd string 10th fret and our 3rd finger to the 4th string 11th fret, we get an A chord, an E, an A, which is going to substitute for this. So instead of the E and the A here, it's going to be in the riffing, and then way up here, same A bar chord. This is a full octave above the A chord here. 12 frets up on the 14th fret, we've got another A chord right there, and then if we do the same thing with this time our second finger on the 13th fret, the 15th fret of the 2nd string, and our 3rd finger on the 16th fret of the 4th string, we create a D chord. So that's A and D. So again, we've got the open E, the open A, the open D, then we've got the bar E right here, the A there, the bar A here, and the D there. And those are the chords you're going to need. Now let's focus on that rhythm. Okay, you have some choices here on how you choose to finger the E and the A chord. You may choose to use 1, 2, 3 on the E, and then a bar like that. You may choose to use 3 fingers for the A. Here's how I'm going to do it, and I'll explain why. I'm going to play the E with 2, 3, and 4. And again, when I say play the E, I'm really just kind of strumming down on strings 6, 5, 4, and maybe 3. And the first one doesn't really hit the whole chord. It just kind of hits maybe the 6 and 5 strings. And then I'm using my pinky finger to play the open A chord. And the reason for that is when he does that quick up to this E chord and slides it down, I find it quite easy to just slide this up and grab that with my pinky. Like so. We'll get into that in a minute, how he goes up there quickly and grabs that. You don't need to do that, but that's what he does in the song. Does that over and over again. All right, so that's your strum pattern. Let's take a close look at that strum pattern. So we've got 2 strokes down, 2 strokes down, and then kind of a one muted slap, and then an up on the A chord. Okay. When we switch to the A-D combination, same strumming pattern, just now of course using the A and the D. So we'll show you that one more time, really slow-mo, and then you can practice it for a while. As soon as you've got that pattern down, we can add some vocals and have some fun. Okay, I'd like to show you the arrangement for the intro. And what we're going to do is we're going to play that little sequence, that Bo Diddley sequence 4 times. The 3rd and 4th times we're going to come up to that E chord here and slide it down. Like so. Okay, so it's going to be like this. This is kind of slow-mo. Okay, so 4 times through, 3rd and 4th time sliding down from the E here. We finish on that E chord, and then the singing will come in right there, like this.
I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be.
Well, let's talk about vocal work a little bit before we move on here. You can sing this any style you like. You can kind of do the mick thing, or you can do kind of a growly, gravelly thing if you want. But if you're trying to recreate the Buddy feel, there's a way, you know, obviously he breaks his voice from time to time. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be. He does all those kinds of little things, and that's that rockabilly kind of feel to it. And so have fun singing it. The best way you could probably sing this would be to sing it your own way, but you may in fact be influenced by one of those vocalists. I should tell you that the bop bop is kind of a little bit annoying at times, but it is part of the original. We said we'd be faithful to that. And it's really an octave. They have 4 guys singing in the Stevie Nicks version, but it's an octave thing with the crickets. It was just bop, 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 and the other singer would be bop, 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 bop. And the 2 of them together just an octave apart. So I'll put that in so you know where it all fits. And let's just talk about how we play through an entire verse here. Basically, it's just that pattern over and over again. With the stops in there, of course. And then when it finishes up at the end of the verse, we get 4 times through again. And again, just like in the intro, the 3rd and 4th times feature that little slide down there. So let's do a playthrough with vocals of an entire first verse, including the changeover into the 2nd verse.
I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be. How you gonna give your love to me? I wanna love you night and day. You know my love will not fade away. Well, you know my love will not fade away. My love is bigger than a Cadillac.
Well, now we get to what amounts to the guitar solo here, and this is just Buddy Holly playing around with those different inversions we talked about. He starts by sliding up from what amounts to a G chord here, which is our first finger barring 4, 3, and 2 at the 12th fret. And we're going to concentrate on just strumming 4, 3, and 2 here. And he slides up to 14, which is the A chord. Like that. And then he adds that D chord. And that's the little lead riff, if you like. And he kind of slides down off that A chord because he's got to get all the way back down here to play this. So he's playing everything. He's playing it up here, and then he's sliding down and filling in the rhythm pattern we've been playing all along. So he's doing this. Etc., etc. So, and the actual pattern for that is to play this twice, and this one twice. And this one here is basically sliding up from 7 to 9. So we're going from what amounts to a D chord here, up to that E chord, and then changing it to an A. And again, pulling off and kind of sliding down off that E chord down to here. So this, and then this. And if you play that whole thing through twice, this, you've got the guitar solo. All right, the only thing left to talk about is the ending. And it's a fade ending, as often old records were. So what I'm going to suggest is we stick with the pattern that we've used all along, and we play through the so 4 times, and again twice with the slide down, and after the second time sliding down, we just finish up with like so. All right, we've done playthroughs through the first half of the song, so let's do one from just prior to the guitar solo through to the end of the song. Here we go.
It's gonna be. You're gonna give your love to me. A love that lasts more than one day. A love is love and not fade away. A love is love and not fade away.
All right, fine-tuning for Not Fade Away. Well, this is one of those classic late 50s, early 60s, less is more kinds of songs. But please don't let that fool you. Just because it sounds like you're playing less, you still have to rhythm it properly. And so that takes a little bit of practice to get that adapted Bo Diddley feel that Buddy Holly applied to this song. Also, I have a whole new appreciation for Buddy Holly's rhythm playing. To be able to play live on stage or live in the studios they did in those days and grab things like, and then right down into the chording at the bottom of the fretboard, grab them and move down, grab them and move down, and do it well is admirable for sure. Hey, one of those great songs from the iconic Buddy Holly. Lover's Love, Not Fade Away. We'll see you next time on Song Mentor.